today or tonight or whatever you want to call it, we're obviously going to review Richmond. We're going to talk about a couple of teams expanding for next season potentially. And then the Auto Club site will no longer be lovey-dovey racetrack, but it'll be a logistics hub. Yay. So much fun.
Yeah, because that's obviously a lot more exciting than a racetrack.
Yeah, right? Yeah, let's roll that intro and get into this thing. For those of y'all that didn't notice and have joined us before, our background has spiffied up a little bit more. You know, that's what we do for you guys, try and change it up. So, hopefully you like it.
Voodoo's OCD got the best of him. In other words.
Don't be surprised if in a few more weeks it changes again. I thought about doing like little stingers for each little topic that we do, but and
that would be cool.
Might be a little bit much.
Yeah, definitely. So like he was saying, guys, welcome to Race Hale Praise Dale. I believe this is episode 10, so
yeah,
congratulations on 10 episodes. Telling you, we're getting there. Yeah, I know if you're watching on YouTube, we kind of cut out everything up to the intro. So I'm just gonna kind of quickly go over. I gave a warning beforehand. If you're catching us live, you heard it, so you can kind of tune out if you want to, just for a second.
Not for very long.
It is storming in my area, and it is storming in my area, and you guys know how my Wi-Fi is. So if I drop out, I apologize. Also, I have a stomach bug, so I am not 100%. So if I don't sound as enthusiastic as I usually do, or if I need to step out, I do apologize. My wife will fill in for me if I need to step out. But thank you.
Imaginary wife will become real.
For watching. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I am planning on ordering that mic, so like even when we're on our trip, mic'd up and oh, it's fine. Yeah, on Monday night. Well, if you're there, I don't know. It depends on what we're doing. Anyway,
they might be going to get some moonshine. Who knows?
No, she was talking about that day where they're gonna go to the store and get stuff so we can cook at the cabin. Or
It was what, Monday? Oh, Monday's the 1st.
Yeah, Monday's the 1st, and that's the day that we're chilling at the cabin.
Yeah, because we're gonna be worn out from sitting in the sun all day yesterday.
Oh, the day before. I think we said that's also the day that we're doing our giveaways. So be prepared to
tune in for that one if you're entered into the autograph giveaway.
I will say I do have the backup came in, and I don't really want to show it yet, but I do have an autographed piece of memorabilia that came in. That if I'm not able to get a signature in a couple weeks, I will be giving that away. There is a contingency plan.
We got you covered. You will win something. Autographed by a driver and not by one of us.
Yeah, it is autographed by a driver. And if we are able to get one in a couple weeks, because those of you guys that listen, you know, my wife and I are going to Texas, get a meet and greet with Christopher Bell.
You believe it's only a couple weeks away?
Signature. I know. It's only like 12 weeks till Tennessee.
Yeah, but you got Texas, and then I got Talladega. We got to conquer before then. So.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be a lot of content roll through. Which, if you guys haven't already, check out our Discord. It has pictures of the tracks we visited. Just a place where we connect and talk. If we wanted to do a race day meetup or something, kind of hang out and take some. Like I said, I will post the link to that in the. I'm pretty sure Voodoo does when he.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're not live, you can catch it in the description of the YouTube video and the Spotify.
In the Spotify.
All right. While he's doing that, let's jump to the fun stuff of the new sponsors. We got a couple new ones for Martinsville here. I mean, the primary sponsor on Austin Cindric's car of Menards is not new, but we have not seen Libman as a secondary sponsor on that car yet. So got that. And then you got, I don't think I've heard of this college here, Carson Newman University for Todd Gilliland.
I haven't heard about it either. Bless you. And then the last one we've got is for John Hunter Nemechek, and he's running the Skip Barber Racing.
Yeah, I wonder what that skin's gonna look like.
Yeah, is that the last one?
Well, that's just the new ones from Martinsville.
Okay, yeah.
The rest of them for other tracks.
The way that the notes were, I was like I said, I'm not functioning fully medicated and tired, so
this isn't like a super formal, gotta stick to a structure type deal. Having fun talking about NASCAR or nurse car.
Heck yeah.
You looked at the grass paint this past weekend.
NASCAR. Welcome NASCAR. Hey. That's what the title of this is going to be. Welcome NASCAR fans.
Right.
Oh, you know somebody's in trouble over that one.
Yeah. Next up, you got Austin Dillon, the other Austin. Gonna have a few races to where he's gonna have a Scenics Tools scheme, which we will reveal shortly. At multiple races this season, but they have not announced which races yet, so I'll see on that one.
I know he definitely needs to do better because he hasn't been doing the best he's passed since the season started.
Yeah, it's been questionable season for him so far.
Oh yeah, luckily his grandpa owns the team because I have a feeling that's the only thing that's saving him at this point.
Yeah, definitely helping him out for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, we can move on. For Beard Motorsports, the number 62 Anthony Alfredo running a Dude Wipes at Talladega. Dude Wipes car at Talladega. Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what that one's gonna.
We got that reveal later too. Boop-a-doo-boop-boo.
Yes, sir.
So Mobile One has been all over the stinking place, it seems like. Got like 8,000 Toyota teams that they're sponsoring, and they're still sponsoring Stuart Haas, which believe is it yeah, Josh Berry I think is going to be running a Mobile One 50th anniversary scheme this weekend. But to top that off,
I know Kobayashi ran it.
Yeah, Coda.
Not last race, but yeah, Coda.
Yeah.
So that was a good scheme.
But now on top of all that sponsorship they got going on, the rest of the NASCAR owned tracks, Victory Lane, they'll be the presenting sponsor, and they're also the official sponsor of all NASCAR owned tracks for the rest of the season. So they picking up.
Yeah. So we can move on to team changes. Couch Racer Shop on X reports that at least 2 Tier 1 teams are looking to expand next season. The number 66 team of MBM Racing will be making a return to the Cup Series at Martinsville, among other races in the seasons.
Yep. Jumping back to that tier 1 teams expanding, what teams you thinking? Thinking probably the top prospects are going to be
like,
Trackhouse.
Thinking front row. Or not. Yeah. I was thinking of Trackhouse, not front row. I'm sorry. Trackhouse was. I have a feeling is going to expand. And what do you think?
Kind of torn. I'm trying to think of the smaller teams that are doing pretty well this season. You got Trackhouse, you got 2311 that's doing pretty well too, but I don't know if they're gonna want to expand.
Yeah.
Front
Unless
row has been
Diddy's
pretty
moving over
decent
there.
this season, to be honest. They've stepped their game up.
Yeah. But my big thing is I wonder if Denny's moving over to 23XI or 11, whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah.
However you want to say it.
Could be. He was hinting at it.
I know he's made comments that he wants to retire with his own team, which I mean I get it.
Yeah. We shall
Either
see.
that or
I mean, RCR is only a 2-car team, but they haven't exactly been doing very well this season.
I was gonna share it, but like I was sitting at the doctor's today and I seen where somebody had photoshopped where Kyle Busch was getting in Chris Bell's face, but they put the wall right beside it because he took out that wall instead of Chris Bell. It was funny. It was funny. I'm wondering if who does Keselowski run? Like right there.
RFK.
Wondering if they're expanding.
You know what? I didn't think about them because they only got the 6 and the 17. When they ran the
Busher
60
and
during
Keselowski.
Daytona 500, but that was just an off race.
Yeah.
But they've been doing real good. Like they got 2 top 10s this past weekend.
I'm wondering if they're trying to get David Reagan come up full time. Cup.
Hey, he's a pretty good driver.
Yeah.
We got a few options there,
That
so we'll have to keep an eye on it and see.
I'll have to keep an eye. Yeah. We'll have to
I
watch
think
it.
one of those chargers is probably, at least one of those chargers is probably going to come from Stuart Haas.
Think so.
Yeah. I think the
What do you think
4,
Stuart Haas
the
is-
10, and the 14 probably stick around, but I think the 41's probably going to be it. Go bye-bye.
Priest is gonna. I see. What I was thinking was, because I was thinking like Chase the 14.
Yeah, but
I-
see,
like,
it's
I
Stuart Haas
figured he
Racing, and it's the 14, so it's like...
Yeah, but what I was gonna say was, I wonder if they're gonna move Priest because Priest has a better average finish than
Yeah.
Briscoe. So I'm wondering if they're gonna move him to the 14 and let Briscoe go.
It could, but the 14 itself, I don't see going anywhere.
I don't see the
that's
14
Tony's-
going anywhere.
that's Smoke's
I agree
number.
with you. The 41 will probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be like Penske getting rid of the 20,
Yeah.
or
Or
like
Hendrick getting rid of the 5.
48. Yeah, or the 5. Yeah. Which I mean, I could see them replacing Bowman because Bowman hasn't been really getting any.
Yeah,
Results.
I think his time's
Wow.
coming up.
I
soon.
mean, and I hate to say it, but I think the only reason that Chase Elliott is kind of where he's at after that wreck is because he's the most popular driver. And
You know, I
think
could
that's the
see
only
him
reason
getting
that,
pushed out too, because he's been struggling a lot the last couple seasons.
he's on a 41 loss streak. But to be fair, Keselowski's on a 106 loss or 107 loss streak. So I mean, but it's kind of hard to push out a part owner.
Yeah, a little more difficult that way.
Yeah. But I don't know. I could see where all these could
Man.
take turns.
Jimmy's running 9 races this year, and he didn't even complete a race last season. So
Yeah. Who knows? We might get a full season of him next.
we'll see.
Hope it.
I doubt it, but we'll see.
Oh, dude, Right. I'm so excited for a couple weeks because, like I said last week, this is the first time that I'm gonna get to see him race live.
Gonna have
So
that
I'm
fancy
definitely gonna
little
hit up
Advent
that
health
hauler.
scheme too.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely. You better get ready to receive a whole bunch of pictures of Jimmy's car.
Hey, I'm fine with that. Never too many pictures of his car.
Oh no. I don't remember now.
Good job.
Anyway, well, I guess that's enough of the team. Love you too, baby. That's enough of the team changes. We can hit the
Aw,
NASCAR
so sweet.
update.
Yep. You want to take the first one, or you want me to?
I'll go ahead and. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take the first one.
Yep.
Mechanics Wear has extended its partnership with NASCAR as the official glove of NASCAR. It is a multi-year partnership extension that started back in 2002. With this new deal, Mechanics Wear will return to NASCAR Mexico and. Have you ever had any of their gloves?
I have not.
They're so comfortable. Like, so where I work, I started out on the back of a trash truck, and like they were some of the, just to wear them. So
Might have to
I
get me
will
a pair.
definitely. Oh yeah, I will definitely recommend them anytime.
It'd be real nice
But,
if I can snag me some Jimmy Johnson branded ones.
Right? You don't think I'm not gonna hit up the hauler and see what 84 gear I can hit and get? I was kind of upset because we went to Darlington last season and they had the Hendrick throwback, like the old school Hendrick
Mhm.
trailer, but all it had was Gordon stuff. I
That's
was
lame.
kind of butthurt. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I was. Which I mean, let's be honest. Gordon was
He was alright.
he was a sellout, is what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But anyway. So my question is the Mechanics Wear, is that for the NASCAR US and Mexico and Canada, or is that just the Mexico?
Well, it's an extension for the NASCAR for us, but with the new deal, they're going
US.
back to Mexico and Canada.
I got you.
It'll be all three of them.
All right, guys. I've got to take this hat off.
See if we can push through the rest of it. So, I know we mentioned it last week. It was our cover art for the last episode.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and take this one. I was really excited to hear this one.
So, most of the time when you lose a wheel, you get a nice little fine losing a car chief and blah blah blah. But this car lost 2 wheels, an axle, couple shocks, brake lines.
The pumpkin.
Yeah, lost all kinds of stuff, and NASCAR decided they weren't going to issue a penalty for him. Pretty cool.
Well,
Number 04 truck will not receive any penalties for that.
oh, Marco Andretti.
Yes, sir.
This next little news clip I found really cool. Well, I say cool. They're gonna have to repair it and everything, but I like the story behind it. North Wilkesboro had a sinkhole that emerged early last week in the stands, and what makes it kind of cool is it kind of solidifies the rumors that a moonshine still was located underneath the grandstand. And if you guys are new to NASCAR, you'll learn very quickly that NASCAR was founded on moonshine. So the way NASCAR got started was moonshiners would get together and test their cars to see if they could outrun each other. And if they could outrun each other, they could outrun the factory-tuned V8s of the cops. Thus, NASCAR was born because they're like, hey, why don't we just do this? It's paying a little bit better than moonshine anyway. And there's been reports that like people were still moonshining like in the 70s and going to race. So it's very heavily influenced the sport. And the post from North Wilkesboro on X was talking about how like their groundskeeper had always said that they thought there was one on the site. Now the sinkhole, they said they did not find a steel in, but it was the perfect size.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Delicious North Wilkesboro moonshine.
Made with
Bet you it burnt
the
a little
same
bit
fuel
going
that
down.
runs the cars.
Yep.
100% ethanol.
I'm looking forward to seeing what else comes from that.
Oh, I am too. I think it'd be really cool if they put like a mock still in and, you know, made the stands kind of like a...
Made it like a still, but it'd just be beer.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Jumping to the next thing is that auto club thing that we mentioned before. There's Texas-based Hillwood investment property. They're starting, or they're planning to begin the initial phase of what they're calling the Speedway Commerce Center. It's a joint partnership with CBRE Invest Management. They sponsored the funds, which add up to about $756 million. A lot of money.
A lot more than what's in my bank account. I just get like 1% of that.
Right. Give me 0.5%.
You can give me just like, yeah, like you can, I was about to say, you can just give me like 0.5% and I'd be okay. 'Cause that's still like what? Still
Yeah.
300 and something.
The last year, this partnership secured 600 acres of what was formerly known as Auto Club Speedway. They're expecting, when this is all built out, those 600 acres are going to become a 6.6 million square foot logistics hub. Lovely. Wonder if we can drive our race cars through it.
I mean, that'd be kind of cool if they had like a tunnel or something that the cars would go under.
That was a CoStar.com article that we got that information from, so we'll see. Maybe it'll still be cool and it'll have some sort of NASCAR stuff going on with it.
Maybe it'll be like a secondary, like NASCAR Hall of Fame. Pretty cool. Speaking of NASCAR places, so NASCAR is getting back in the restaurant business for a decade, for the first time in over a decade. St. Louis Airport will now have a NASCAR draft house. It will open in the summer, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have a full bar. There will be a grab and goes.
I wonder if the food's gonna be good.
Kind of what I was wondering.
So NASCAR, well, no, it wasn't NASCAR that abandoned St. We still race there. It was the NFL that abandoned St. NASCAR said we doubling down and bringing some extra stuff to you.
Wish they'd bring some extra stuff to Oklahoma.
Right. Wouldn't mind something down in Mississippi too.
And at least you got one that's like semi-close.
Yeah, technically.
Anyway,
yeah,
got some pretty interesting news coming in the future for 2025. I'll let you.
Yeah, so we already know about Dale Earnhardt Jr. joining the booth on Amazon and Warner Brothers Discovery and all that stuff when the races are on there. Well,
Yeah, and for those of you that don't remember, Amazon will be covering, what was it, 8 races?
I think it's only like 5,
Oh, yeah.
something like that. Yeah. We covered it last episode. I don't have the notes pulled up right now for it. But you also got your Australian guy that's joining, Lee. That'll be cool. But now we know a third person gonna be in there, and I know everybody loves this commentator. Absolutely no complaints or anything. Danica Patrick
As a driver.
Not one of the best drivers ever. What you think about this?
This is well, if this was real, because this is April Fool,
Yeah.
I would be severely pissed. Not because of Dale Jr. Dale Jr. I think is a good broadcaster. I think he has, done so much for the sport, even after he retired. Because he's the one that produced or had in the production the Netflix series. And as far as Danica Patrick, I could think of a lot more women that have done more for the sport than her, and they've only been in a couple races. Did what?
Well, I think Tony Breidinger done more for the sport, and she's not even technically in one of the national series yet. Exactly.
The only thing that I remember about Danica Patrick is she whined all the time
and wrecked a lot.
Never won. And wrecked just about as much as she whined.
I don't know. That was a lot.
Right. I honestly think NASCAR only brought her in to bring a woman in the sport, and I think there was a lot better ones to choose from than her. She was the prettiest. Let's be honest.
She's not bad to look at, but I don't know about prettiest.
Well, she was the one that they could sell.
Yeah. Now, marketability, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, the marketability of her was a lot greater than the other ones that actually could race. What?
Yeah, so that was just an April Fool's joke. Wasn't real.
Haley said you're saving your marriage there. I don't think his wife has to worry about Danica Patrick.
Well, she's not even in here, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, wait. Lord. She said she can snap her if you're not being nice.
It'll be alright.
But like I said, I think they've been together long enough. I don't think it'll really matter.
Yeah.
That, and it'd be like talking about, I don't know, Brad Pitt or something. Okay. Anyway. So, yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio's nice to look at. Oh.
Leonardo DiCaprio's nice to look at. Strike me as more of a Ben Affleck kind of. Oh Lord, Jason Momoa.
Oh, Aquaman. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Back to our thought. Danica sucks, and it was an April Fool's joke. Dale Earnhardt really is broadcasting for Amazon. We don't know if there's anybody else going to be. We don't know who else is going to be in the booth with him. I have one person that I would kind of like to see in the booth, and I want your thoughts on it. What do you feel about Kenny Wallace?
No, I haven't heard him.
Podcast.
I haven't heard him call a race in a while. I don't even remember.
While we're on this topic, what are your thoughts about Kevin Harvick?
I mean, I think he's settled down Clint a bunch.
I agree. I will say one thing. I do like listening to it more because of their banter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just facts being thrown at you. They're picking at each other, and they have a really good chemistry in the booth. That's one aspect that I do like. That, and I also liked Clint, or not Clint, Kevin, just because he brings in the perspective of he's been in this car. Clint never has. But anywho.
Yeah. Well, I know we just finished Richmond. Between those two, they had 6 wins at Richmond. So.
Oh yeah.
Four of those were Kevin Harvick.
Yep. But before we start talking about Richmond, we got a rule change. NASCAR put limits on where teams can put adhesive chemicals in pit boxes. Basically, outside line to outside line cannot damage the surface of the pit box or timing loop, or discolor the painted lines in the pit box. Keep your chemicals away from the lines. which you'd think would be common sense, because that's like every sport. Hey, this is your line, don't cross it. But apparently some car drivers and pit crews don't understand the concept.
Yep, but now it's in writing, so. And it's not weird for NASCAR to throw out rule changes every week. Just depends on how they're feeling.
I know it seems like a lot, but I honestly kind of see what they're doing. Do I agree with everything that they do? Absolutely. But I can see the need in, some fashions.
You got a lot of new drivers and pit crews and stuff like that are coming up that don't understand the unwritten rules, so you gotta write the unwritten rules, unfortunately.
Oh, all right. Next on our lineup, we have our fantasy league.
Hello.
You guys don't know. Hello. Hello.
Hi, Bobo.
Haley said hey.
Haley said hey.
There you go. Did you hear it? But anyway, our podcast fantasy league, get it on the NASCAR app or NASCAR.com. Go to Raise Hale, that's Hale, Praise Dale podcast. It has to say podcast or it's not ours. The password is RHPD, all lowercase letters, 2024. And as of right now, see, I was prepared. I had the standings up this time.
Yeah.
Trash Can is still in the lead with 1249. Voodoo and myself are in second and third, but we have discounted our participation. But Haley is not that far behind, honestly. She's only about 103 points, which with a really good race she could make up, possibly get that 164th.
Yep.
Who was your picks for the fantasy for this life?
I know Trash Can had the most points this past race.
Yeah.
He's trying to chug along and get that diecast.
Oh yeah. Haley made a good point though. She missed one race, so she's down 100 points. I think if she wouldn't have missed that one, she would have had it.
Yeah, be battling with Trash Can up there. That'd be fun. Make it interesting.
That is the rundown of our fantasy league. When there's still plenty of the season left. Like I said, if we will probably, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it because I'm sure that you'll agree with me. We will most likely do the same thing that we during this year next year.
Oh yeah.
So if you feel like you're way too far behind, there's always next season, because I would love to see this podcast continue going, especially if we can get a race every year where we meet up. It'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. On our YouTube, at least, we got we're at 15 subscribers for that, so hopefully we can get a handful more before the end of the season. Be nice.
Oh yeah. Be sure to like and follow. It doesn't cost anything. We're not asking for money. We just it help boost, and the more that those boost, the more we can do. Like I said, we've got 2 giveaways going right now. We've got our fantasy, which is 164th diecast. If we get big enough next year, we might bump it up to 124th. I'm not saying that for sure, but that is like one of my goals. But that's only if we get big enough. And then we have our giveaway that we're going to be drawing for in June. We have one person signed up for it as of now. And the way you sign up for that one is Bandit. You about knocked over my table. The way you sign up for that one is you just go under any of our YouTube videos, X posts. Pretty much, you can even come in the comments here and just comment a track name. Doesn't even have to be like just a track that Cup raced at. And then you're put in for the drawing. We'll take your username down, and we'll draw for that on July 1st. We'll be doing that live when we are together. And then we will DM you, get a hold of you that way. There's our 2 giveaways.
Yeah.
Right now.
Get in. You still have a high chance to win stuff.
Oh yeah. Like I said, there's one person signed up for our fine merchandise giveaway. And like I said, after I'll probably reveal what the signed merchandise is in a few weeks. Like I said, I still haven't been to Texas. If I don't get a signature, I have a contingency plan, but I don't want to show it just in case, we do get a signature at Texas.
Yes, sir.
Anywho, are you ready to go over this week's race?
I suppose we can go over Richmond. Wasn't exactly super exciting, but
the end was. I was kind of excited at the end.
Yeah, we can talk about that in a minute.
All right, so for those of you that don't know, we raced at Richmond this last week. It was the Toyota Owners 400. The purse was $7,886,627.
A little bit of chump change there.
Oh yeah. Like I said, if they want to, they can give me like 1% of that. I will be happy.
So Hendrick took the front row. Got Kyle Larson with the pole and Chase Elliott just nipping at his heels there to start on the outside of the front row. And we saw something unique.
Hendrick was really strong.
Yeah. We saw something unique at the beginning of this race. Finally got to see them wet weather tires get ran.
Oh yeah, and they got chewed up. Did you see the after pictures?
I did not. But what was it? The first I know when did they pull out that first caution? Was it lap 30 or 40? I don't remember.
It was like 38, something like that.
Yeah. And I know they ran around for a while because they were trying to get the jet dryers to dry pit road and stuff. But about lap 48, they finally switched over to the slicks.
Luckily, they didn't have an Andretti racing.
Right. Yeah. Or Juan Pablo Montoya.
That's who I was thinking of. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm still foggy. Sorry, guys. So yeah, have you seen the pictures of the tires, those wet tires that got chewed up?
I did not.
Crazy. I didn't realize how like chewed up the tread will get just by running 50 laps.
Well, I know they were much softer than the normal tire.
Yeah, like the video I was watching, I want to say was on Joe Gibbs. Don't quote me on it, but it was, it was one of the teams. Their pit crew was just like grabbing handfuls of rubber and sprinkling it. It looked like what was that track? Bristol.
Oh, the marbles of Bristol.
Yeah, it looked kind of like that, but it was still like barely stuck on the tire. It was crazy. But Kyle Larson won stage 1. Martin Truex won stage 2 and almost took stage 3, but due to a late caution with, what was it, 5 to go? 3 to go?
No, that was 2 to go. They would have came back around one more time. It would have been the white flag.
It was 2 to go, yeah. And he would have took it. Oh, so that ending was very, I don't even know what you call it. It was interesting. It was exciting, but I don't agree with everything that happened.
Which part are you talking about?
There was a lot of drama. Well, I was about to get in all of it. I was about to get into it. So, for those of you who don't know, if a caution comes out with, what is it, 3 to go or something like that, they go into NASCAR overtime, which is a 2-lap.
As long as the leader doesn't take the white flag, they'll do overtime.
So, and what the 2-lap shootout is, they'll run 2 laps. off a restart, like a normal caution. Whoever's there at the end of the 2 laps, they win the race.
Unless another caution comes out before he takes the white flag again.
Exactly. And then they can be there for hours. No, we've seen it last season.
Yeah.
So the first controversial thing was, the caution comes out because Bubba hits Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
Which Larson said he got loose. He kind of got into Bubba, and then Bubba said, no, it was completely me. I got loose. So they both got loose, essentially, is what I've picked up. Bubba went and apologized to him. He said, hey, I'm sorry. Didn't mean, he was actually being a good sport for once. So that was the first controversy. It was shut down before the end of the night, which you could tell at that moment Truex Jr. was not happy. I mean, if he would have just been like, what was it like? He was on the 4th corner when it was called, wasn't it? Or was he on the backstretch? He was. Like,
I don't remember
there.
exactly where he was, but he was real close to getting to that white flag.
Yeah. So obviously he was very not happy, which I would have been the same way. Well, then the second controversy comes out where Denny and Martin Truex are on the first row, which, I mean, I know they're teammates, but they're racing for a win, so teammates go out the door. And it, a lot of people say that Denny started taking off before the restart zone, which doesn't surprise me with Denny. NASCAR said that's not true. He took off fine. We don't see a problem with it, which is crazy to me because they have throttle gauges and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can see when it jumped. And you can, have you watched the replay on it?
Yeah, I've seen it a couple times. Yeah, and I've seen the Truex in-car view too.
Yeah, so he obviously started before the start zone, at least in my opinion. But my opinion doesn't matter.
He definitely got a
I'm
slight
on
jump on him. Sure.
Yeah, and I think if that wouldn't have happened, I think Truex would have had him in the first corner.
I just wonder what they're going to do when you got somebody else in a similar situation does the same thing. Are they going to penalize them, or are they going to let it roll like they did?
I mean, honestly, I can see where Denny's kind of being held as the favorite right now because of the series. I mean, he dominated the whole full sport. I know you watched it, and I'm sure our viewers have watched it. If not, I suggest go to Netflix and watch it. It's a lot of fun. You can see my ugly mug in there on episode 2, frame 1355, and my beautiful daughter, because we are right behind the flag stand in Darlington. Anyway, I can see where NASCAR is trying to push him because he's a seller. Let's be honest, NASCAR's a business. They don't want to make money. Whether it be right or wrong, they don't care. They want money. Well, and the way they can do that is keep Denny in the spotlight.
Yeah, but they can't let him win a championship, though. That'll ruin the whole thing.
Oh, no, that'll ruin the whole thing. And if he wins this championship, I will be severely disappointed.
He's the only one of 2 drivers that have multiple wins this season so far.
Not happy about it. Anyway, I think that NASCAR made a bad call, but they're not going to go back and remake the call that they've made twice already.
Yep.
So that was the second controversial thing. The third is when I'm not really sure how the third one started. Martin Truex somehow got into Kyle Larson. Larson got back into him, slowed both of them way down, and ended up Truex back a little bit, which obviously Truex was mad. So I don't know how that's going to play out. I think, like I said, I'm not sure how that one started. From what I've seen, it looked like Larson was trying to use him up and just didn't. He pushed him up the racetrack into the wall, and I don't think that was right. But you're racing for a win technically because they were like right behind Truex. I think Larson tried to play it off as, well, I didn't really mean to, but it happened. So, and I feel like I would have felt better if he would have just owned up to it and said, yeah, I was racing for a win.
Yeah.
Sorry, but
yeah,
I don't know. Larson kind of gets under my skin because he is a great racer. I feel like he's so scared to make controversy that he doesn't want to overstep bounds, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, we got some more short track racing in Virginia happening this weekend. So we'll see if any retaliation happens.
Also, speaking of retaliation, according to Chris Bell, in an interview, him and Busch have talked about their whole incident at COTA. I don't know if Busch, the way Christopher talked about it, he said that they kind of put it behind him. I don't know, because Busch is also quoted saying that he's got one coming. So I don't know the time frame of quotes.
Yeah, Kelsey. Yeah, so they did an inspection on Denny Hamlin outside of giving him a free pass on the jump and the restart. Had no tech issues after the race, so they declared him the official winner. But we do have a few cars that are going back to R&D for engine dyno. You got the 5, the 8, the 12, and the 20. And then to top that off, the 12 and the 20 are supposed to be broken down further and inspected a little deeper. So we'll see if anything comes from that. I don't think there will be anything, but
no, I don't think so either, because I mean, let's be honest, usually they've already got the penalties out by now, if there was any. That, and I think they're just wondering what makes these cars move through the pack so fast. Because look at Christopher Bell, he had a top 10 finish and he started in like 28th.
Yeah.
Or look at Blaney, you know, he got spun kind of early in the race and worked his way back. I'm not sure exactly where he finished, but I think it was a pretty decent spot. So
I don't know. I don't remember which driver it was, but there was one driver that had a sensor on their vehicle this time that they usually don't, just to get some extra information for NASCAR.
Martin Truex.
Yeah, and it was something to do with the torque of.
Yeah, he had a torque sensor on.
Yeah, maybe that was a result of that Andretti thing.
Possibly. Maybe they're trying to figure out, well, which even like Kevin Harvick and Dale Jr., they were saying that he was wheel hopping the crap out of, as far as Marco Andretti, wheel hopping the crap out of the truck, and that's what probably caused the whole rear end to come out.
Those trucks are also actually metal instead of composite like the rest of the cars. So.
Yeah, so they're heavier. Also, you got to think Marco Andretti is coming from open wheel, and those whole things, like it's a whole different car they drive. That's all. You just got to look at stuff. All right, you ready to talk about our rookies of the week?
I didn't change that from COTA, but that's my Richmond now. I did update standings there. So I'm gonna skip over that first one. I think he's probably got it for this week. Kaz Gralla netted himself positive 4 spots. He started in 35th, finished in 31st.
Dane Smith started 28th and went backwards to 35.
Yeah, significant drop there. And then you got Carson Hocevar in the 77, started 25th and dropped backwards to 27th. Not a terrible drop, but still a drop nonetheless.
But still a drop. And then you've got our rookie of the week, Josh Berry. He didn't have the best start, but he come back. He started P30 and finished in 11th.
He was running in the top 5 for a while.
Yeah. I think he even led 2 or 3 laps, wasn't it?
I believe so, yeah. He was looking real good.
He led 2 or 3 laps on the pit rotation.
He was looking real good.
Yeah, I'm honestly starting to see a little bit of an emergence of Josh Berry because he's running really that number 4 car.
Yeah. So since we're speaking of Josh Berry, I know he usually runs the Sunny D car, but Sunny D is gonna be on a different vehicle this weekend. Gonna be on Ricky Stenhouse's car. Be interesting.
I did like his NASCAR.
That was pretty. I'm not gonna lie.
I did like the. I need to get a die cast of it. I have not found one. I also found one that it's an Xfinity car. I'm trying to remember his first name, but Poole had his toxic waste car, and it finally released.
Brennan Poole.
I would love to have. Yes, thank you.
That was a cool looking car.
So, I want to apologize because usually this is where we play our weekend winners, but like I said, I've been sick and have not compiled weekend winners. In fact, I watched the race and got sick before the end of it. Went to the doctor today. That's been fun all day.
Yeah. We'll forgive him.
Yeah. So again, guys, I'm sorry. I will try to have those posted before the end of the week.
Give us likes and follows and subscriptions on YouTube as a way to show your forgiveness for him not doing it.
Yes, I would appreciate that so much. So with that being said, we don't have a weekend winners this week. I'll post them later on in the week, probably tomorrow. But we can touch on Martinsville. We're going paper clip.
Yes, sir. Going back to short track racing in Virginia.
Friday on FS1, the truck practice and qualifying starts at 5 p.m. Eastern time as usual. Then Race Hub will show up at 4:30 p.m. Xfinity practice and qualifying at 5:05. NASCAR race day at 6:30, and the truck race starts at 7:30. The first stage will be 50 laps, the second stage will be 50 laps, and the third stage will be truck schedule Friday.
Yep. And Saturday, you get to see your Cup cars on track for the first time. You got practice and qualifying at 4:35 p.m. Eastern time, of course, on FS2. Keep that in mind. Usually it's on FS1, but it's on FS2. NASCAR race day will start at 7 p.m. on FS1. And then you got your Xfinity race at 7:30, also on FS1. A little bit different lap configuration. You got 60 laps for the first stage and the second stage, and then 130 laps for the final stage.
And our main day of racing starts Sunday on FS1 at 2 p.m. with NASCAR race day. Cup race starts at 3 p.m. And the lap configuration is 80 laps for stage 1, 100 laps for stage 2, and 220 for stage 3. What we've got? Oh, got fancy. We've even got the forecast for this.
Yeah, you know, we had a little bit of rain when I didn't do it last week, so throw it in there.
So the forecast for Friday's truck race is mostly clear, highs in the 50s, wind chill mid 30s to low 40s, 1% chance of rain, winds 10 to 13 miles per hour coming out of the northwest, gusting to 20 to 25 miles per hour.
Saturday's Xfinity race is all clear. High 50s. Wind chill will drop it down to the mid to low 40s. Also a 1% chance of rain. Winds will be 8 to 11 miles per hour out of the northwest, gusting to 20 or 22 miles an hour. Fancy dancy.
Then do some
Sure.
last cup race. So
Yeah. Well, Sunday's Cup race, instead of mostly clear or blah blah blah, we're gonna have the sun out. Get the high of 65, and you ain't got no worry about no wind chill. Got a big goose egg of a 0% chance of rain, and the winds are staggering 3 to 5 miles per hour out of the north, going to the southwest.
Speaking of wins, I am salty because we had tickets this last Friday to go to the World Outlaws here in Yogi, but due to high winds, like it was, so unfortunately, I was gonna post some pictures. Awesome, was not meant to be.
Yep. It happens. Hopefully they'll reschedule it and they'll still honor your tickets though.
Well, we just got a refund because honestly, I mean, they don't really come to Oklahoma that much. At least in our area, it's usually like an hour or more away. And with my job, there's not a guarantee I can go. The only reason that I was going to get to go to that is because like it's literally 15 minutes from.
Gotcha.
So we went ahead and got a refund, which is okay because I'm going to use that for NASCAR. So it's a win-win.
NASCAR money good.
What? I found the gypsy tents for Texas. I'm excited about it.
That doesn't help me for Talladega.
Yeah,
or Nashville.
I sent him the Facebook. Thank you. So I have found the Facebook group for those of you that don't know, gypsy tents they show up at races, like usually across the street or something like that. And what they do is they have like old die cast, like last season's die cast. Some of them had some Lionels from this year, but they're usually cheaper than the haulers, and you can get, you get more of an option. And if you're like me and I collect all die cast, if I don't have it and I see it, I want it. Or if you're like Voodoo and he only collects Johnson, and I think you said you're going to start collecting Nemecheks. They have like some of his older cars. I showed it here a while back. My wife got a Chrome 2004 Kevin Harvick Looney Tunes for $50. Yeah, $50. It wasn't bad. So normally that's what the gypsy tents are.
Them size cars start off at like $75 at a minimum.
Yeah. And it wasn't. It's an elite. Like
yeah, so those are like $100.
With it. It was. Oh yeah. Well, let's put it in this. So I ordered my Elite Johnson Daytona 500. Right. I didn't even get the Chrome. I just got the Elite because they didn't put out a Chrome. Chrome adds about $50. I still ended up paying like $130 for my Johnson Elite. But she found this Harvick for $50, and it was too good of a deal to pass up. It was yours. But yeah, so I have found, if you're going to be in Texas, the tent is going to be at Buc-ee's across from the racetrack. Yeah, so my wife's going to go into Buc-ee's and spend $100. I'm going to go into the tents and spend $2.
Sounds about right.
But no,
Get some
I don't
beaver
have any
nuggets.
room, unfortunately.
Beaver
Dude,
nuggets.
Like, listen, okay, you're probably gonna call me a little weird, but I will tell you the best way to eat beaver.
With your mouth?
Yeah, you put them besides with my mouth. Yeah. Do you like pop cereal?
Yeah, I haven't had it in a long time, but I know what you're talking about.
So if you pour those in a bowl and put milk on it, it tastes like a sweeter version.
I tried it that way. I've just straight up ate them from the bag.
Haley said, guess what? There's a Buc-ee's real close to our cabin, so.
Oh yeah, we'll make an appearance there at least once.
Oh, I'm sure we will. Can you imagine if Buc-ee's sponsored a NASCAR?
I could see it happening.
Oh yeah, I could too. Think about the diecast that they would have in their store. I would love that.
Yeah. Well, they'd probably get a show car in their store.
Oh yeah, that would be so cool. Well, they got those old trucks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We need to send an email. To NASCAR and Buc-ee's and be like, y'all need to make this happen. Anyway, you ready to look at some new paint schemes?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, the next note would have been picking our winners for Martinsville, but
I didn't see that.
I don't have. I didn't do no research on that. So
Sport track, so I'm
we
gonna
leave
go
it as
Toyota.
a mystery.
If I had to pick one just off the top of my head, doing no research or anything, I'm gonna pick Reddick.
Really? I think Larson's gonna get his redemption of not winning this race.
Think so?
Yeah.
You know what I'd like to see happen, but I doubt it will.
Chris Bell win.
I'd like to see kids. Well, besides that, I would love to see that. I'm talking about not my driver. I'd like to see Keselowski.
Yeah. As long as it's not Denny, I'll be fine.
I agree. And he needs no more wins for the rest of the season.
Right. Let's pull up these couple, and we only got 2 new schemes to go over right now. Let's pop to it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna switch to this scene, and my webcam is gonna be jacked up, so just bear with us. Wait, it's up there. Sweet. Look at that.
Professional.
Like I know what I'm doing. Maybe. Alright. So let's pull these paint schemes up. Wing.
Step it up. Has some pretty. I'd like to see them more at the front. That, and what NASCAR fan would not like to see 3 like dominating again?
Right. I think Austin Dillon does need to get back up to the front for sure.
Either that or he needs to be replaced, and I hate saying.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna have a driver in an iconic number as big as like the 3, because you know, even people that aren't in the sport know what that 3 is.
Very true. Very true.
So like they need
I do think it looks pretty good though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I like this. Phoenix, however you say.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never heard
one.
of this tool company until this.
Next one I do like. I like the looks of it, but I hate the products. For the sole purpose of I work at a wastewater plant. I literally have to pull hundreds of them. Like, if I could sue this company just because they promote, like, oh, these things are disposable, I hate to tell you, if you're using Dude Wipe, they are not disposable. And I know a lot of people don't think about it after you flush, but it ends up somewhere, I promise you. And it is annoying. That is my rant. I like the car, I hate the product.
Yeah. Well, to make you feel better, he was giving out free Dude Wipes at that one track. Was it Daytona? Maybe. I don't remember.
I think so, but I know what you're talking about. But again, I like the car, I like the driver, hate the product.
Yeah. All right. Now the fun part.
I'm glancing at it like a dude, like a face with. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
I guess it's just have our note.
I think you're a little bit too far away from your mic because it's not picking it up on the OBS.
Is this better?
Nope, it's not
I
far
can
enough
eat it
in.
if you want me to. I'll say, Anyway.
Like I could hear you, but it wasn't registering on OBS.
Well, if you guys didn't hear me, I think I'm losing it, and I'm gonna blame the medicine. But on this slide that he's got up right now, on the driver's side, like I just glanced at it, and the way it looks on our notes, it looks like a face with sunglasses, like in the whole window. Like I said, it's probably just me, but
now that you say it, on the notes part, I could see it, but not on the actual slide that we're showing.
Like not on the actual slide, I can't see it, but on our notes part, I can. But Anyway, let's roll S cubed.
You want to roll F cubed? Okay. That's what I want to do. Oh, I need to fix my webcam. It's showing up too high there.
All right, you've got the bin scheme, so let's see what you got.
All right, so you mentioned old veteran calling the booth potentially. Well, I'm gonna pull out a different veteran, and we're gonna go with Rusty Wallace, the Midnight Mobile. This is actually the second time I've done a Miller scheme. Maybe it's a sign. But
so I'm not gonna lie, I have happened. List. Okay, sorry. There was a crash at my house, and I guess the laundry soap had vibrated off the washer, and luckily it didn't bust.
Yeah,
but
I've had that happen to me a couple times.
It happened, it busted.
Yeah.
So in my collection of random stuff, I have beer bottle caps from Miller's promotion in this era, so 92 to 94. And the reason I know that is because this is the only year that he ran the yellow number 2.
Yep.
Oh, I don't have that car. I've got. So.
Yeah. So getting into the scheme, as he mentioned,
sorry.
This car was ran from 92 to 94. So started out small and
NASCAR.
You're good. Started off small in 92. He only ran at 5 races, but in those 5 races, he had 1 win, 3 top 5s, and a top 10. So not too shabby.
That's a pretty good season for that car.
Then they brought it back in 93 and they bumped it up to 15 races. And buckle up for this because it was still pretty successful. P2 finish at Richmond. And then it swept in April. All these races in April. Bristol, North Wilkesboro, and Martinsville. Took the W in all of them. All in 1 month. Just to put it into perspective, I led 120 laps at North Wilkesboro, and then at Martinsville there were 500 laps. Well, he led 409 of them. I would say that's pretty dominant.
That race was probably boring.
Not for him.
No, not for him, but for everybody watching, probably was.
No. Well, after that they parked it in the shop for a couple months, but then they brought it back out. And the final 9 starts of that season, they pulled out 5 more wins. Why not? Kick him on top there. That season, he also finished 2nd in the championship, right behind old Dale Earnhardt Sr. Not too shabby. But then he continued in the 94 season. And they reskinned it with some Thunderbird sheet metal. And got him a win at Rockingham, another P2 finish at Richmond, and North Wilkesboro, and the Coke 600. And then they had 3 more wins in their final 5 starts. They swept both Dover races and Bristol night race that season. And then they finally retired it after the 94 season. But just to recap everything, they had 13 victories, 30 That's 3-0 top 5 finishes, and it led for more than 5,000 laps. Insane.
Imagine seeing that car on the track today.
I bet you.
Those cars are a lot faster than cars we run today.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely.
I would love to see how it stacked.
And that's that fancy Rusty Wallace scheme. Gonna let Dally do his now scheme.
So surprise, surprise, I chose a Christopher Bell Mobile 1 scheme. Yeah, I know. Me choosing Christopher Bell, it's
Who would have thought?
I didn't choose this just because it was Christopher Bell. I just truly like this. It's right up there with the 50th anniversary Mobile One scheme. I mean, it's a nice scheme. Even if it was on like Denny or somebody else, I probably would have chose it. He had a pretty decent finish. He started P29 and finished P6. He's been having some pretty good runs just recently, but I like the change of not seeing a yellow or a green car. You know what I mean? Like they changed the DeWalt up just a little bit, but it's just a refreshing change.
Yeah, I agree. It looks pretty slick, but there's been a lot of Mobile One schemes this season, and like each driver that they're putting out there, they have a different scheme for them. I was kind of expecting it to be like all of this one scheme and just changing the number on the car, but no, they've been.
That's what I expected.
Been changing it up.
It's been pleasant. I mean,
we get to see another one this weekend, so haven't seen it on Josh Berry yet. It's gonna be a Ford instead of a Toyota too, so.
I remember there was one I almost chose instead of Hale's. It was a blackened.
Busher ran the next Latal, so his was white, pink, and blue this weekend.
That's not the one I'm talking about. What am I thinking of? Unless it was Austin Dillon.
I don't know.
The one I'm thinking of, it was white and red.
Noah Gregson had the Superior Essex car, white and red.
That's what. Yeah, it was Gregson. I almost chose.
It wasn't a bad scheme. I'll give you that. A little blocky, but still looked pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, it had that digi camo going on. I liked it.
I'll give it to you. It did look pretty slick. Well, yeah. That's it.
A lot better than his shades of gray.
Well, it doesn't take much.
Fair. But, alright guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this a little bit later episode. Sorry, I will try to be more ecstatic next time. Try to be more prepared. Gonna go and lay down.
I don't blame you. I got dinner sitting over here in the corner that I keep wanting to like reach over and eat, but I don't want to eat on the podcast for y'all. So.
It is what it is.
But with that being said, if you're watching us here on Twitch, please drop a follow to catch us for our next episode. If you're not watching us on Twitch and you're watching us on YouTube or Spotify, drop us a follow or a like or a subscription or whatever. Doesn't cost you anything but a quick mouse click. It definitely helps us out.
And if you definitely want, especially on YouTube, if you want to know when we post, be sure to click that bell icon. Because we post some bonus episodes. Voodoo has some team episodes that come up. They're really good. Like I said, I usually post the weekend winners today and the track hype video for the next week on Wednesdays. Sorry, I haven't felt up to it. I told Voodoo started before we went live. Like I literally got home at like 3:30 from the doctor's and I've been asleep until like 7. And then I got out and I was like, I guess I better get ready for this.
Yeah. It's all good. We human.
Like I said, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to be more ecstatic myself next time. But thank you so much for participating and watching. Be sure to put in the comments your racetrack so you can get into that giveaway. Like I said, all you need to do is put it in once and you're put in like 1 entry per person. And then we're going to do a random generator. We're going to put in all the usernames and then we'll go from there on July the 1st.
They're from Tennessee.
Quick announcement. In the next couple weeks, Voodoo and I will be going to different racetracks. I talked about trying to put together small videos, so those will be put on YouTube. Gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna go from there. Could have a lot of fun with it. Only, what did I say? 11 or 12 weeks till we go to Tennessee.
Yep.
We got a couple bonus episodes. Yeah, we got a couple bonus episodes planned for that. That bonus episode that we were talking about, I'm not giving away on the stream, but I'm letting you know I have an ungodly amount, and I'm still getting. So be prepared for that one.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, y'all.
Oh yeah. So with that being said, I think we are done.
Yep. We appreciate y'all coming to watch the stream, whether it's live or after the fact. We hope to catch you next time.
I know we said it earlier, but be sure to follow our join our Discord, because we definitely want to hear from you guys as well. Because without you guys, this podcast wouldn't do. I believe when I checked our YouTube, we had like 1,000 views last time I checked, like that.
And I think over the last 28 days, yeah, it was like 1,100 or something like that.
And that is insane. Much our X account is almost hitting our 100 follower mark at 76, I think. We're moving up in the world, and I'm really happy about it.
Yep. We growing slowly but surely.
Like I said, I'm definitely happy. Thank you guys. Being said, like I said earlier, I'm gonna go lay down. I'm sure Voodoo wants to eat his food.
Yep.
So.
Batman hungry. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us, and we hope to catch y'all next time.